I am already having the best time. But if you have never come across one of my videos before, these are my interviews with my go-to experts. They are the people that bring me joy. They are the people that I go to. Because being a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a business owner, it is tough out there. And you are wearing all the hats. And then you start looking for a solution. And before you know it, the algorithm is bringing you everything you need, you don't need, and not even sure you needed or didn't know you needed, which is why today I have the most fabulous people, and I'm not following my script, so who knows what I will say next. But in case we've not met, my name is Lindsay Burden. I'm a business coach. I inspire, motivate, and guide ambitious business owners to create incredible businesses and live magnificent lives. And today I get to spend time with Yellow Tuxedo. Now, Yellow Tuxedo. Oh my goodness me. I don't know how lucky I am to be speaking to Emily and Alan today. So I am going to read the preamble that you wrote me.
Oh, did we write this? I was sitting there going, I don't remember sending anything over. So we wrote this. Hello as well, by the way, obviously.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm nervous if we wrote it.
Good. Right, okay. Meet Emily and Alan Braithwaite, the dynamic duo behind Yellow Tuxedo, the internet's brightest online visibility specialists. They are not your average marketing company. They are all about teaching people how to stand out in the crowd for themselves with practical support, training, and mentorship. Suddenly that felt really boring compared to what you are all about. Wait for it. Alan, the creative force. Emily, the tech wizard. Go together like an ice-cold gin and tonic. Or better still, like an awesome yellow jacket paired with an awesome pair of yellow trousers.
I wear the trousers.
Yeah, I'm the mouth, Emily's the trousers.
See, we've got no idea where this interview will go. I don't even know if I should carry on reading. I think we should just get to you two.
No, I want to hear what we wrote, because I've completely forgotten.
What else did he say? Okay. Remember, you've got this awesome jacket and yellow trousers on, okay? With their powers combined, they've created a business that's as unforgettable as Alan's collection of questionable Hawaiian shirts. They understand that online visibility isn't just about being seen, it's about making an impact, building human connections in a digital world, and creating a lasting legacy. There is more. I promise I'll put it down.
No, don't bother.
I just want to get to you two, because we've
fine.
been chatting already, haven't we? And just been talking about the stuff we get to do in our businesses. But tell us a little bit about your journey first. Putting you on the spot.
Then. Well, the problem is, the challenge, because there's never a problem, we all know that, is it's really long. And with Emily and I, there is no short answers.
The abridged version.
You do the abridged version of how we got to about 2 years ago, I reckon.
Oh,
yeah. So we work as a husband and wife team, which is a very specific type of dynamic. And we get this a lot. It's like, how do you work with your partner in life without killing each other? And I'm happy to say we've been working together for 12 years in business, and I've not divorced him yet. So all is good in the hood. Little wins. In all seriousness, Alan and I started working together back in 2012. Long story short, redundancy, all that kind of jazz. And we decided that rather than going back into any kind of corporate world, we would work together.
Why not?
I was one of those who always thought they knew better than their managers, right? I'm like, how's this guy my manager? I know better than him. So it was a case of, let's put our money where our mouth is for the first time ever and actually see what it's like.
Yep. And then for 10 years, we worked together in an events business called Bailey Bell Tents. We were a glamping and outdoor events business based on the South Coast. It was very good. It was very lucrative. We were in the process of starting a franchise with the business. We were going to go national, and wonderful COVID happened, and it didn't go the way we thought it was going to go. But luckily, in the background, we had a second business, Yellow Tuxedo, as we are now known.
6 months old, wasn't it?
6 months old when COVID hit, as a bit of an exit strategy for Bailey Bell Tents. So we'd already started that in the background. And the reason we started Yellow Tuxedo was because in our other business, we were using a lot of our online tools and strategies to grow the business. And everyone went, you don't know how you do that.
Can I do it's really tricky to not tell this story without like a mic drop moment. But I was telling someone this the other day when we were talking about Bailey, and she said, you don't really need to tell me anything else about it. I get it. So basically, we did everything Emily said, and then we had some amazing things happen, including being invited onto ITV's This Morning, which then had 6,000 hits on our website and crashed it overnight. Right, that was kind of a pinnacle moment in everything we'd set out to do and achieve. When it wasn't paid PR, they emailed us and invited us on with a bell tent, and we went, yes. Nothing else needs to talk about.
And that was all down to our online presence. We were dominating that first page of Google. They could find us easily. We had a really good, cohesive social online strategy, and it was
ecosystem and buzzwords, Emily.
Ecosystem then.
Oh no, that is true. We read it.
So we found that we were doing a lot of ad hoc support for our sort of our wedding and outdoor industry people going, can we have some help? Can you help show us how to do X, Y, Z? So we were doing that anyway. And it was kind of that penny drop moment to go, so many people are running businesses and they are not necessarily at a size, scale, or want to have a marketing agency working with them. They don't necessarily have a marketing officer within their company. They're not doing that. They're doing it themselves. And you said earlier that we're all wearing many hats. Yeah. Absolutely. We are operations, we're accounting, we're sales, we're marketing, we're all of these things. And no one tells you how to do that. And then you spend your time consuming yourself with the internet and you watch that webinar.
The noise.
Someone on LinkedIn says you need to do that, you need to do that, you need to do that. And you go, it's really hard. And we kind of, our main goal with Yellow Tuxedo is to remove all that overwhelm, get rid of all the noise, all the crap out of that and go, right, okay, this is what we need to do. These are the baseline things that you can do to grow your business online. And this is how you take it even further to really stand yourself out in your version of a yellow suit. Okay, Alan and I.
Yeah, actually, that's really important because we are loud and I'm very loud. But when we talk about standing out from your crowd, it is not about wearing yellow and going, "Way, check us out." It's not about that. It's about dominating in a good way. Does dominating have a positive connotation? It's about dominating your part of the internet that you are trying to show up in. That's what it's about. So when people are looking for you and what you do, looking for someone who does what you do, you are the only answer for them to consider. And that's what we teach people how to do. So then once you underpin, like with that methodology and that strategy, on top of that, and you've laid those foundations, on top of that, go do whatever you want, business on your terms, which we've talked about, and I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot more, but get that bit set, get those foundations laid in stone. And that's the bit people don't do. They listen to the noise, they listen to this, I need to jump on TikTok, and none of it's wrong. This is the problem. None of it is wrong. It's all right in its own way, but you have to get those foundations right to then build upon, and it will make everything stronger, if we're going to use a foundation analogy, but simpler, efficient, and all these other words as well.
And you've used that word simple. And I heard Emily speak at a Federation of Small Business, FSB, online event, possibly in lockdown, after lockdown, I don't know. And you were talking about that ecosystem, and you really helped me go, hang on a minute, I'm trying to do everything, and I really need to think about this differently. And it was the start of me doing things differently just from hearing you speak. So you are absolutely all about making it simple and about making it right, because us three, let's face it, are quite loud and out there.
Speak for yourself, Lindsay.
I just said yes. You're like,
I don't know. Yes. I'm in a black jumper, you're in yellow. Let's just
we're like little busy bees.
You are. So, but taking it back to something and picking up something you said then, you don't have to be that to find your way, to find your place, and to hold your visible space, your online space.
It's really important. And actually, we are going through a little bit of a transition period in our business again, because we're ultimately, we're all human, right? And we go through these things, and even us as a team, we have been affected by noise in the past as well, and have changed and adapted the business to think, oh, maybe we should do this in a different direction. And it's only been recently we've gone, no, hold fast, come on. We are very clear about who we are. We're very clear about our personalities. We're very clear about how we work as a dynamic duo. It doesn't suit everybody, and it won't suit everybody, but it works for us, and we enjoy that. So why are we not? So we're now going right the way back to when we started in 2019, how we ran our business, because actually that's really important, that we're here for the long haul. We're here until we retire, or whatever that looks like in the future. Still don't quite know. We'll see how that goes. But We have
Sorry,
to.
I'm itching.
I know you are.
I'll
I'm going to hold.
sit on
I'm
my
going to
hands.
hold the mic.
I'll sit on my
Hold
hands.
fire.
Hold on. It has to be on our terms, and therefore, whatever that looks like to you, in whatever shape or form. Alan, go on. Just you know
No,
you
I
want.
will, but I'm only continuing for what you said, and it's true. So we'd spent near enough 10 years on the business that we'd grown. We started Yellow Tuxedo basically on the back of everything we'd done then. So when we started Yellow Tuxedo, we sat there and went, how do we want to do this? So we went, we want to do it like this. So we started that. And as Emily said, give it a year or two, we started entering this kind of B2B service world, because that's essentially what we are. And we started listening to that noise. Are you a thought leader? How are you adding value? Are you, all your social media needs to be business stuff? And we found, for a couple who are extremely confident, we found ourselves consuming this noise by these people allegedly more successful than us, you know. And we went, Emily, are we thought leaders? What are we? How do we become a thought leader? And
no, there's a real truth. We've gone from a very clear B2C client in terms of how we ran our events business to moving into a B2B world. And actually, us as B2B people over here could learn a lot from over here and about how we, because we're so, it becomes very formulaic of that. This is how we do that. And you're almost told this is what you should be doing. And when you break out,
and LinkedIn is full of being told how you should be doing it. So yeah, we didn't go networking when we started Yellow Tuxedo. We weren't on LinkedIn particularly. We only went on LinkedIn because the people we were meeting networking were on LinkedIn. When we started Yellow Tuxedo for the first 2 years, we were YouTube, we were Instagram, we were Facebook, B2B, and we were loving it, right? Everything was, we built Yellow Tuxedo on sending voice notes in Instagram DMs, right? That's what we did. Yeah, we said hello to people. We went, how are you? We spoke to people, Lindsay. Imagine that.
No way.
We spoke to people, a shocker. And then we started consuming this noise and we got derailed from our own path. And that was probably 2 years. We did, financially, we made money from it, but it was real internal struggle. And that's when we kind of hit this epiphany of, we're not thought leaders. We're not this, we're not that. We're something else. And this is genuinely where this whole funpreneur thing came from. We were like, you know, LinkedIn was suggesting, for example, it's not all LinkedIn's fault, right? But there's a bit of fault on LinkedIn. LinkedIn was suggesting you need to be serious, you need to be professional, you need to be, you know, doing all this. And we're like, I don't think I do actually. So but it took us good 2 years. So we unsubscribed from loads of newsletters, unfollowed loads of people we thought were successful and we were listening to, and we went all the way back to where we started. And we did a bit of redefining. We went, no, we don't need to do that. We've proved we can do it like how we want to. So let's do that. And that's where this whole funpreneur thing, we don't want to be stuffy and serious. And, you know, LinkedIn, your hook has to be profound or it doesn't work, right? I don't.
When you read mine, there's nothing profound about mine.
Or ours anymore after a short period of time.
Like cheese scones or plain scones.
I know. Our most successful post on LinkedIn in recent times is a question of what's your favorite type of scone, right? Scone or scone?
I'm a scone girl.
I'm a scone. Are you scone or scone, Lindsay?
Scone.
That's why I like you, Lindsay.
I think I am. Anyway, that was one of our most successful, if not the most successful post on LinkedIn on our business page. Anyway, so that's where the whole funpreneur thing, we went, no, we've always had fun, but we've almost not kept it on the back burner, because anyone who'd met us would say you have not kept it on the back burner. But now we're bringing it omnipresent, ever present. Which one? One of those. Up front and forward. We want to have more fun and take people along on the adventure.
I am so with you on all of that. And I talk about all the time, you know, with my clients. I help my clients create their own roadmap. Because if you're following the one that you purchased with its 25 million steps to being a millionaire by week last Tuesday, it's most likely not going to work for you. And it's so important, and you're raising this issue really, really well, constantly, consistently throughout what you're saying. Come back to what's important to you. Come back to who you are and be you. And I think you're absolutely right. All of this information, and you know, even on our podcast, we talk about information overload all the time. It is coming at you. And the minute you start looking for a solution, you will have even more solutions hitting you. So stop, sit back. And it's why I love you, because you are absolutely all about helping business owners find
Thanks.
their own way
Yeah.
and do it with the most fun possible.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to come back to something else. I think, Emily, it was you that said, we're not going to be for everyone. And that's another thing we really need to hold on, a business owner. So if you're listening at the moment and going, oh, but if I'm like that, I won't suit those people. There are plenty of people out there that are your people. Just focus on attracting those that you will work the best with. Because actually, if we try and work with people who are not a match for us, we are not going to do our best work.
You're not going to do your best work, and you're going to dread doing that work every single time, because you'll know that whether it's a service space where you're on a call like this, or you're going to feel those feelings, emotions. Are you going to do well? Are you going to do right by them? Are they going to see the value in what you're teaching them? Are they going to contradict you? You have those things just playing in your head, and you just don't need that negativity in your life.
No, you don't.
Sorry, as I say, there's also that change of direction. A lot of the noise says things like, and I'm not going to poo-poo this, that's for another episode, another day, but a lot of the noise says, identify your ideal client and go and hunt them down, right? And to a certain extent, I get that. But wouldn't it be more fun to be yourself, underpin, and this is a bit of a push for what we do, but not really, but I believe it's important. Be yourself, underpin, get your solid online foundations and your business as well, not just what everything, get it nice and solid, and then go and have some fun, be yourself, meet people, and genuinely those people you want to work with will come towards you. You don't have to hunt them down like a hunter. You can almost sit there on your lounger with a gin and tonic, making sure your visibility is right, and people will come to, they go, oh, I'll come and join you on your lounger with a G&T.
And that friendly approach that we've taken really does serve us really well from a business perspective. I have to think we are here for business as well. But like, we host, and Lindsay, you've turned up to one before, we have a regular dirty little secret, Lindsay.
It is a dirty little secret of mine.
Virtual coffee morning once a month. And it is just a get together. You could call it a networking call if you want. We don't tend to do that. That sounds quite cool.
I believe under the definitions, one would call it a networking call, but there's no serious.
An hour on a Friday morning at the beginning of the month to go, come along, let's have a chat about absolute codswallop. It doesn't matter. And very little business is talked in that hour. In fact, probably nothing. We've had the lovely Tim Brock from the FSB has been on, and all he talks about is sausages, and it's totally fine. And I think that commonality between all of us in terms of, we talk enough over there about that. We do that over there. We do this. Actually, what connects us is the fact that we're all human and we're all trying to find a way. And it's just to have a little bit of a laugh and some banter and some surrounding yourself with people who get it. We had someone turn up once to one of our calls. It always makes me chuckle. I'm not going to name that person, but she was meant to be at another networking call that day. And she turned up and she went, I just needed a little bit of Yellow Tuxedo in my life.
Just can't be asked. I just want to talk nonsense.
Talk a little bit of rubbish for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've just come along. Is this okay? We're like, yeah, totally. Put your feet up. It's fine. Wear your slippers. We don't mind. And that, you can't poo-poo that. I think that's what we need a little bit, that little bit of respite.
But also it goes back to sales and marketing is about having a conversation. It is about getting to know someone. It's finding the best way for you to get to know someone. And actually, half the time, it is talking codswallop, sat round a table. I'm sure there's another word I could have used. And I was really careful in case that other word came out. But we could be sat around a table just having a conversation. And I truly believe, and that's why I love that coffee morning, I truly believe that's how you get to know people. That's how you develop those relationships and build, that know, like, and trust factor, which is so important. And then they become your greatest advocates. What's not to love?
So that's the exact reason why we created. So this year was our first Funpreneurs Big Day Out.
I wanted to talk about that.
Like, we're intrinsically linked.
Yeah. And I in my head, I'm going, we need to talk Funpreneur.
Yeah. We created a day this year, and it was so great. And we had our first early adopters of Funpreneurs.
Founding Funpreneurs.
Our founding Funpreneurs who have already signed up to next year. They can't wait to be, because we went to a theme park for the day. We went to Polton's Park for the day. Best fun ever when you're going to a theme park without kids. Oh my goodness, like none of that rubbish. We're like, we literally acted like children ourselves for a day, ran around, and the whole point was to get to know people whilst you're in the queue, whilst you're screaming on a roller coaster, while you're a little bit fearful, going around on Peppa Pig's little motorboat thing. What other way? Like, you can go to these formalized networking events
which are fine. By the way, we're not saying
no,
anything's wrong. We will never say anything's wrong.
But actually, the relationships we built in a very short space of time on that one day of people just letting their hair down, relaxing, letting down their guard a little bit, and just going, do you know what? I'm having the best fun ever because, as we said, we get to do this. This is amazing. And this is a day where I'm building relationships. I'm finding out about your business without really finding out about your business. I'm seeing if I like you. I'm sense checking this. We're seeing if our personalities match. No better way than doing that than at a theme park. And we're so excited to be doing that again because I could just see that. But while people give themselves permission to go, do you know what? This is okay. This is not a corporate space where I'm doing X, Y, Z, but this is also a good way of me building up that relationship, that know, like, and trust with other people.
Yeah. And it was interesting because there was an element of natural separation, which is obviously fine.
Yeah.
There were the non-thrill seekers who didn't want to go on a roller coaster, who went off and looked at the animals and got all zen in the yoga place. And actually we all went on a Peppa Pig ride, which is designed for 3-year-olds. So I think we're all okay in there. And they were more than happy. So clearly they all connected by their, they connected on what they believe, want to do, like, and whatever other buzz stuff I'm going to put in there. Then the thrill seekers also connected. And we all went on big roller coasters, and Michelle Haslam, on a TikTok lady or whatever so I nearly said, whatever, how dismissive. I do not mean that.
Changed her business director.
I know, Michelle, I understand you've evolved your business. I can't remember exactly, but I truly believe you're a content creator now. And her and I were absolutely giving each other a hard time because we were both scared about this role and this ride. And at the end of it, she's like, suck it up, princess, get over it type thing. And so we've laughed and connected over that. I don't care about the ROI of her business. That can come at another time, right? We don't need to do that today. Today, we need to connect as people. That's what we need to do today. And that's what we try to bring to the front. The people who are happy having fun, want business on their terms, want to go, actually, I'm not the most professional. That doesn't mean I don't give an amazing client experience with a fantastic product or service, but I don't want to have that professional exterior and things like that. I want to be me. Relatable. And all of that's okay. And we want to give a world where people can go, actually, I just want to be me. I get to do what I want to do and business on my terms,
I want to mention another, I don't know if this is a super new idea, but obviously I'm on your mailing list. I recently too have unsubscribed from a lot, not yours, I might add, and we will make sure that we get a link to everyone who's watching because you need to be on this email. One thing I will point out, you break every single rule on that email, which is why I love it. There are more links than I can shake a stick at. There are more different, there are parts, there are different elements, and it, to some it might feel a little chaotic. That suits me down to the ground, but I love it because you break every single rule and you give us, the rest of us, permission to do that. But what has been coming up and what I was getting to is your masterminds around the dinner table or your kitchen table. I'm not sure which you've chosen. And I love you stripping it out. There is no no
we could go to a posh stately home with a 4-course champagne lunch and tell us how those CEO days, aren't they? They call them CEO days.
Yeah. We could do all that.
And we're very reactive and we one of the things I think we're very good at in our business is that we have very open ears and we listen a lot to what people are talking about.
That just comes from the fact, and not in a funny way, because we're talking to people.
Yeah, we're daily having those conversations, and like community is always at the heart of everything we do, and I think that comes across in our socials and stuff. But people say, yeah, do you know what? I just need to. I do a lot of learning, and there's a lot of that overwhelm. I just need to kind of sit around and do some practical doing. And I thought, well, we could put on a very lavish 5-star retreat or go over to into the New Forest and look at the ponies and do all this. That's not what everyone needs. Actually, what you need is to sit around a table with some people who get it. Bring your slippers. We'll put the fire on in the background. We're very
say hello to the chickens.
We've got a lovely. We can sit at 12 people around our big dining table. It's very nice. We've got a screen at the end of it. Let's just come along, be really comfortable, and allow yourself that time with other people who get it to talk through where you're at with your business, to kind of have that think tank, to kind of look at those next implementation stages without that fear of feeling like, yeah, we're at a corporate, I'm going to do my elevator pitch. I'm going to sit here with this. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you 3 actionable steps and everything that comes into that, because that in itself is a barrier for some people.
Yeah, that would alienate quite a lot of people.
And I love that. We've done a couple now. We've got our next one next week. We've got some between now and Christmas. And I just love, because they're a one day, they are a great snapshot of actually, we can do this a little bit differently. And it doesn't have to be so, I think you said it's the professionality, isn't it? It doesn't have to be this kind of what we think business should be, because ultimately if you're doing what you want to do and you're taking with you, and we think we said this before the record as well, like anything in your emotional baggage or your life that's going on, or you've got stuff going on in your personal life that you have to do the juggle and kind of fit it all around. There are ways in which you can do it without it feeling like you're dropping the ball. And if we can help a little bit, simplify your life, simplify your processes, give you some straight talking answers. We go, right, all right, get that out, focus on this. This is more important. Have you thought about this? The revelation, like, I think from our last one, Michelle from our last one, her face like, I'm so glad I did it. Like, she was really nervous. And at the end of it, she's like, I'm just so glad I've been here. When can I book on to the next one? I need this in my life. And that's what we're building. I love it. I absolutely love what we're doing.
Yeah.
You've said some key things there for me, community. That is so, so important to you, and doing it in your own way and having the most fun. I am really conscious of time, and I think we need to do part 2, probably part 3, and maybe even part 4. So I wanted to run back to my notes, because I always say, there are 3 things that you want to get across. And we've talked about business on your terms, doing it your own way, having as much fun as possible. Having fun in business is okay. And I think that message has really got across that you can have fun in business. And I just wanted to pick up on your point about LinkedIn. If you'd asked me 2 years ago about being on LinkedIn, I would have told you it was boring. It wasn't the place I wanted to be, and I didn't meet with my people. I deliberately curate a feed that is full of joyous, wonderful people like you. And that is why LinkedIn for me is a great fun place. And I'm rarely anywhere else, spend much more time there. And the other thing you wanted to get across is personality is good. And I think, without doubt, you have proved that point, because I dare you not to love Emily and Alan. I dare you not.
Oh, don't dare them.
Yeah. I reckon we could get a long line of people who are going, that's why we're quite, but we're happy.
That's okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely.
We are not for everybody. And that's why, there is always enough clients. There is always enough money to go around. Just stay in your lane and in your power. Now, conscious of time, because I know that we could keep talking.
Sorry, can I say, I know we're wrapping up. Can I say one last thing about, no, it's really short on the business on your terms. And it's so important. And it's about the whole goal setting, right? Your goal is specific to you and personal to you. So how you get to your goal is going to be on your own way. Cue Fleetwood Mac, you can go your own way and things like that. And that's so important. And what we find a lot of times is you hear all this noise and all this other stuff, and it's like, actually, it's your goal. Get everything in place, go and achieve it, and get people who are going to help you achieve your goal, not their goal, or not a goal off the shelf.
And some of us are going to take the direct route.
I was trying to keep really short.
It's scenic. Sometimes it's a bit scenic. Ours is a very scenic route. We're taking in the view.
We're taking the country roads to our goal.
I'm so glad you said that, because I talk about it all the time. Absolutely. Your goals. And I was saying, if you want to be 7 figures, you want to be 6 figures, you want to be 5. I don't care how many zeros there are. It's important to get that clarity of what success looks and feels like. And do you know what? Embrace what that looks like for you, and don't listen to the noise just because everyone else is saying that we all should be 7 figures. And I did fall into that trap once. And thinking, I need to be using, be 6-figure business owner. And then as fast as I'd got my head in the game and felt comfortable saying that, now everyone was talking about 7. And then they went to 8. And I was just like, I've had enough now. I don't care how many zeros. It's your goals, and you are so right. Now.
Right, zip.
Yeah, I know. I had more to say on that. I will stop.
I know. We definitely need to do part 2. Please, please, please come back. Part 2. Okay. Now, for those people that have been watching and have gone, I need more Yellow Tuxedo, or I need Yellow Tuxedo in my life, where, and don't worry everyone, I will make sure I share these links below with a few notes for everybody, but where can they find you? How can they go on your mailing list? How can they come to a coffee morning? What do they need to do?
Go to a really good tailor. No, we are not a tailor's company. We do not sell yellow suits. We are the online visibility specialist. And anywhere on socials or platforms, you can find us at Yellow Tuxedo. We've made it simple. Find us anywhere at Yellow Tuxedo. In terms of our mailing list, if you go to our website and it's stay in touch.
Well, just go to Yellow Tuxedo. That's how we designed it. Yes, we have other links to get everywhere. That's the point. But fundamentally, yellowtuxedo.co.uk, you will find everything, or at Yellow Tuxedo on any platform.
And that is a wrap. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I have had the best time talking to you, as I knew I would. We've covered a huge amount. I don't think we've really delved deep enough into your business and how you work or what you do, because you are both absolutely incredible. And I say that with all integrity. You are just awesome, and you make everybody's lives easier. So if you are struggling with your marketing right now, if you think there is just too much going on, please, please do get in touch with Yellow Tuxedo, because you won't regret it.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Thank you.